Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Appreciating Veterans, especially on Sunday. Today I'm joined by Commissioner Alex Krishna and Commander Cheryl Schaefer of Ambulance Post 34. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
We have so many issues that we need to talk about, especially veterans helping veterans. Alex being the new commissioner, again, congratulations. We really want to know what it is that you do, the commission. I mean, as being a new commissioner, what are your venues? What are some of the issues that are important to you? And just tell us in general, what are you trying to do for the veterans?
Well, first I want to say it is a great honor to be given the opportunity to be of service to our city and its veterans. The Commission, the Veterans Affairs Commission for the City and County of San Francisco, functions as an advisory commission, not a regulatory one. So we do not, make rules or change laws or anything like that. We do get to hold hearings on some of the issues that are near and dear to some of us.
Okay.
There are a couple of things that I'm hoping to accomplish and it's a 4-year appointment. I would like to see veterans become more involved in their communities, to step outside of their world and help other veterans. And there's a lot of satisfaction in giving back.
And how do you think they can do that? When you say veterans stepping outside of each other, what are you saying exactly? People that are sitting home doing nothing, or veterans that have nowhere to go, or don't know what's happening with other veterans? I mean, what exactly do you mean?
Well, there are a lot of veterans who are coping with various and sundry ailments or life problems. And I have found that volunteering or just being involved in something that's worthwhile makes a big difference on the road to healing.
Okay.
A good example of veterans doing such a thing happens right here on Sundays. We have Ambulance Post 34 has been very actively involved in feeding the veterans who do not have anywhere to go or any way of eating on weekends, because after Friday night dinner there are no free meals available again until Monday morning. So veterans should get involved in coming here and either helping with the cooking or the serving, or just to get participating by being supportive of each other. That's one thing. The other thing would be the program that I helped create, the Whole Vet Physical Fitness and Therapy program.
Tell us about that.
That's the program that uses the mind, body, spirit, and community approach to healing. And Cheryl fairly recently did Cheryl's
Veterans Helping Veterans TV series.
Yes.
We host and produce the Veterans Helping Veterans TV series at the Media Center in Palo Alto, and we recently did on location in San Francisco at one in Embarcadero with the whole vet program, with the staff from the gym and with Alex, and most importantly with the veterans. A lot of veterans become shut-in, and they do it by choice. Many reasons for that. They can no longer deal with the world. They don't want to deal with the world. They don't want to deal with authority. Whatever the reason is, what we're trying to do within AMVETS and really all of the VSOs, Veteran Service Organizations, is to persuade, motivate, inspire people to get off the couch, make a difference, not just in a veteran's life, make a difference in your own life.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, for instance, the work that Alex did with the whole vet program, the camaraderie that is created when a group of veterans are together, oh my, that's amazing. And you only get that when you get like-minded individuals that have experienced the military life. Because unless you have been in the military, you can watch all the war movies you want, you really don't understand. You have to have been there, done that, to get into that mindset of a veteran. So part of what we're doing in AMVETS Post 34 here in San Francisco is reaching out to our fellow veterans so they can make a difference. Make a difference in your life. Because once you realize that you make that difference in helping others, your life is going to change in ways you cannot conceive of. How do I know that? Because it's happened to me personally. You have to get out. Don't live your life in such a way to where it's me, me, me. There's more to life than being self-centered.
Yes.
And the true gift that we have, I really believe this, is living your life by the golden rule. Treat others the way you wish to be treated.
Yes.
That's the secret. Because, you know, we are veterans helping veterans.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to do. We do it because we see a need. We see that the system, it's not that the system doesn't work. The system at times works extremely well. It's that the system is broken. And we're trying to find ways to help the system repair itself. So how do we reach out to people that won't even
Come out of the house.
Exactly right. So this whole format that you have here,
Yes.
invite people to come in,
Exactly.
get a hot meal,
Yes.
meet other veterans that can relate, and then the power that we have as veterans to empower each other.
Yes. Yes.
It's the key, because this is what this lady does. In her conception and being the program director of the whole VET program, I've seen this. She was able to motivate other veterans to see, in order to make that change, they have to do it.
Yeah, be involved in it.
They have to, you know, you have to be proactive in your own recovery. You can't sit there and say, oh, I want this and I want that, because unless you do something to obtain that goal, it's never going to become a reality.
You are the producer of the Veterans Helping Veterans Program TV series, right?
Yes, yes.
And where can we view these?
Yes.
Well, actually, VHV TV, there's several ways that we do this. We do our in-studio tapings at the Media Center in Palo Alto.
Okay.
Those are shown locally in San Mateo County and on Peninsula TV within a week after the program is completed, edited, and is ready to air.
Okay.
The other way that we're available to be seen is on blip.tv. So if you go to www.vecsm.blip.tv, you will actually come up with all of our 21 shows that we have on.
Okay. Okay.
And I have to say, I have watched the shows that Cheryl has produced,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a wealth of information and resources and inspiration with the stories that you've been able to tell.
Well, yeah, well, really, because we're really, you know, VHV TV exists because we are veterans trying to find ways to help veterans achieve their goals. Now, if you're homeless and you don't have food to eat, you have to take care of those needs first before you can go beyond that. So how do you do that? Well, we're not quite sure how to do that, to be honest, but we're trying to find answers to those problems, trying to find a way, trying to find solutions. And this is a great example of what you guys do here.
Yes. And Commissioner, I mean, you being a newly appointed commissioner, isn't there some way that you can, some avenue that you have through the Veterans Commission that can help veterans that are at home to inform them of their meals and things like that that are available in the communities? Do you have a venue for that?
I have not attended my first meeting yet as an official commissioner. I have attended other commission meetings as an observer, as a veteran. And from what I see with the way the commission works, new ideas are welcomed.
Okay.
And I hope to put it out there that we have this program available on Sundays to invite veterans to come and participate, to get something to eat, the camaraderie, and perhaps with the networking and finding out what other veterans are interested in, that they could connect with each other and get out into the community and do things to help other veterans. I think it's necessary.
Okay.
Not just with healing, but man is a social animal, and I think that people need to be with other people, and many of us tend to isolate. So the more we get involved, the more we get outside of focusing on all that's wrong, I think we'll find more that's right as we connect with other veterans. And reaching out and helping others is a great way to do that.
Right. Sure, if you want to add.
Get outside of yourself. Think outside of the box. The best ideas are things that come from a collaboration working with other people. So you can have one person railing against the system and ranting and raving and going nuts. But if you have a group of people that have like-minded goals, that can be inspired from each other, that can learn from each other and be motivated from each other, oh my God, there's no greater gift that we can give to our fellow veterans than to empower them to get out of the situation that they're in. Make a difference. I know I said this earlier before, but really for me personally, a little bit of my story is a retired EDD vet rep. I was the EDD vet rep in San Mateo County.
EDD, excuse me, EDD, what is?
I'm sorry, I'm using acronyms there. Employment Development Department.
Okay.
I retired from job service as a job counselor for veterans. So I was a vet rep from San Mateo County.
Are you retired from there?
Yes,
Okay.
I retired about 8 years ago. What I found interesting when I retired is what I didn't realize is how much I would miss my job of veterans helping veterans. So when I was in my job in San Mateo County about 15, 16 years ago, our staff and I decided, how can we get more veterans into our office? Because there's so many people that, if I had $1 for everyone that said to me, oh, I didn't know I was entitled to go to the VA, or oh, I didn't know I was entitled to this, or I didn't know. Well, you know what? This is what VHB TV, this is what these folks are trying to do. We're trying to educate you. Educate you, motivate you, inspire you to think outside of yourself. Because really, this is my own personal opinion. The way I try to live my life is that, you find a way where you can be in service to other people. Now, we do it. I do it personally through producing and hosting our Veterans Helping Veterans TV series. That's my way of doing it. Alex does it through her whole vet program. Robert does it by being dedicated and coming to AMVETS Post 34 here in San Francisco every Sunday. Every Sunday he's here. Now, we're here to welcome you. We're here to invite you.
Yes.
We're here to encourage you. We're not your mother. We're not your father. We're not going to tell you what to do.
No.
But we're here to offer you advice. And ultimately, really, the choice is up to you as an individual as to how you live your life. So that's really up to you.
And the support. The support that comes with that family feeling we have as a host. Post 34 is very actively involved.
And this is a wonderful post here. In one of the best cities on the entire planet. And how do we reach out to the community? Well, this is one of the ways that we're doing it. And so if we invite you to come and meet us, please take advantage of the opportunity, because that's what it is. It is an opportunity.
Yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And for those veterans who don't know where we are at 401 Van Ness Street, San Francisco, at the War Memorial Building, and we're on 125th. Come down and join us. You were saying?
Oh, I was about to say, even though we're all members of Post 34, and that's Post 34, we're also members of some other organizations too. Service organizations. For example, I'm a member of the American Legion, and I believe you are too, right, Robert?
Yes, I am.
And so we, I would like to see more collaboration with the service organizations working together to keep something like this going?
Because really, all the VSOs, like the American Legion, AMVETS, VFW, Veterans Foreign Wars, DAV, Disabled American Veterans, all these groups exist for one reason.
Purpose.
And the one purpose is
To help
veterans helping veterans in
Exactly.
one way or another. So how do you do that? As far as collaboration with other groups, we have that, but we don't have it enough.
Okay.
And everybody has, each of the groups have their own goals
Yes.
And their own agenda.
and their own agenda,
Yeah.
absolutely right. But there has got to be a way to get them to partner with us for the betterment of all.
Or all the access.
Because part of what's happening with all the veteran service organizations is this: if we don't get the younger generation of veterans to come in and join us, guess what's going to happen?
We're going to be non-existent.
That's right.
And we're not in competition. I want to reiterate that.
Right.
We're not in competition here. We're not veterans. We're not against the in competition with the American Legion. We're not in competition with the VFW. What we are doing, we want these organizations to say, hey, you know, what are you guys doing that we can help with? You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of
Help
things,
each other.
because AMVETS Post 34 is a service organization and active in the community right now. And we need assistance. We like say the word for collaboration. We like
Yes.
that. We like that, and we're dedicated to that. And as Cheryl has just said earlier, that the veterans groups in the building, you know, we want to know what you're doing, how we can help you
Yes.
in any way, and just if they let us know, Cheryl, we can help them.
This is the Veterans War Memorial Building. It was built in the, what, late 30s, late 40s?
Early 40s.
Okay, with the intention of having a place where veterans can meet and take care of their business.
That's right.
Now, one of the greatest accomplishments of the Veterans Service Organization, and I'm going to give kudos here to the American Legion, because they were the prominent organization
Yes.
that helped to get the GI Bill enacted. The GI Bill is the single most important legislation for veterans
Ever
ever
passed.
created.
That's
I
correct.
went to college on the GI
So
Bill.
did I.
Millions and millions of veterans have a wonderful life because they were afforded that opportunity after World War II. And I would say, if you are a veteran and you have not used your GI Bill, find a way to use it.
Yes.
Find a way to use it. And this is
It's
part of what
education.
Alex's role is as a commissioner in San Francisco, is to help to inform, educate, motivate, and inspire veterans to apply for their entitlement.
Exactly.
And there are a lot of vet centers at the community colleges now all over the country. And I believe one of your shows was about that.
Well, recently, what's happening is the veterans aren't coming to the people that can help you. So what they figured out was we need to go out in the community to where the veterans are at. Well, where are the veterans at? Well, this youngest crop of veterans coming out of Iraq and Afghanistan, what are they doing? They're going to college on the GI Bill. So you put vet reps out there. You put
Yes.
representatives from the veteran service organizations out there. Thank you for asking that question, because recently, Kenyatta College just opened up the first Veterans Resource and Opportunity Center on campus.
Oh, okay.
This is absolutely phenomenal. Now, in AMVETS, we have Commander District 17, her name is Ann Reeder, and she was really very instrumental in pioneering this concept, because she actually started it a few years back at Saddleback College down
Okay.
there in Mission Viejo. And this idea has just exploded.
Yeah. I
So
met this with them.
Because, you know, how do we get the veterans to help themselves? And if they don't know, you know, there are some people that don't want to deal with the internet because it's too impersonal, or they get too frustrated trying to enter the information in the system and they give up. How do we get more one-on-one contact? Well, you do that by, if you're a veteran, you're sitting on the couch and you're drinking your beer or whatever, watching TV, that's okay. I do that too. But it's not okay if you do it all the time, if you become a shut-in.
Right.
Because really, for you to grow as a person, get out, do something positive, because if you do a positive for others, you never know how that's going to come back and affect you. And from my own personal experience, my life is so much better because I'm a member of AMVETS.
I agree.
I agree too. We're having a beautiful conversation, a wealth of information for our veterans. We want you to come down to the War Memorial Building here in San Francisco, on Van Ness Street, 401 Van Ness Street, so that you can meet other veterans and maybe just sit down and have a hot meal. You're welcome. We want you to know that you're welcome.
You know, as we talk about the various service organizations and how much they have done to help veterans throughout the years, and taking it one step further to the actual Veterans Affairs Commission, one of the things I would like to see happen is that, you know, we advocate to have a fitness center in this building. You know, we talk about this building being provided for the use of the veterans. Now, veterans aren't just the veterans themselves. They're veteran families. So when a veteran is not doing that well, it affects not just the person, but the family and their extended family, the community around them. And with the whole VET program, you know, we have found that the physical fitness part, the nutrition counseling part is what will help get us towards feeling better, getting healthier, being more productive, and getting back involved in life itself.
So really, we're kind of in a unique situation here in San Francisco with that building, because really it is a building that was designated. The original intent is for veterans to utilize this building.
Yes.
So we can't say this enough. We need the veterans to come
down
and utilize this building. Yes. Whether you're American Legion, VFW, DAV, any of those groups.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what organization, the veteran organization you belong to.
Right.
As long as you come down and support the things that are going on in this building, or being a part of what's going on in this building, these are the kind of things that we need to see to keep, not only to keep the building open, but to meet other veterans and empower other veterans.
And the last thing we want to see is to lose this youngest generation.
That's right. That's right.
They
That's
say,
right.
oh no, we don't have any place to go in San Francisco. And we're sitting in the heart of the city, with one of the best, most prime pieces of real estate in San Francisco, and we're it. And we're going to lose it if we don't get the veterans involved.
We're not going to lose it.
No. No, but also, well, I also will say this, and I've heard counselors say this over and over again, especially as it pertains to the younger veterans, that they are trained to be in prime condition.
Right.
You know, as warriors. They come back and, you know, they're angry, they've got all this pent-up frustration. And there has to be a place where they could let that out, but to let it out in a way that will be helpful instead of harming them. It's harming them even more, harming, you know, their environment. And I think by getting people active again, physically active, that is a key. You got to keep moving. You know, there's that saying, you know, use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it.
Yes.
Really, I mean, that applies to, on many levels. You can interpret that however you want to interpret that. We may lose the building, but chances are we're not going to. But what we're trying to do through our involvement with veteran service organizations is to persuade others, join us, become part of this, get outside yourself, because really, your life will be so blessed. So your circles of influence will increase in ways that you cannot think of. Because we see this with, when she had her first class over at Whole Vet, it started with what, 20 people?
Yes, it started with 20.
And it graduated how many?
We graduated 14, and we're all still in touch. Many of us still work out together.
That's a 65% success rate first time out in this program. That is phenomenal. 65%. Anything over 50% is great.
Yeah.
For first time, and this wasn't just 20-year-old vets. We're
No.
talking about veterans that had the gamut. We're talking about 86-year-old
Yeah.
World War II veteran. We're talking about veterans that had been extremely overweight. In fact, Alex is a great example of how she was able to actually reverse her diabetes
Yes.
because,
Okay.
you tell your story. Go
Well,
ahead, tell your story.
well, getting physically fit. It wasn't just the physical part too. You know, I got rid of the diabetes and all the other ailments, but it was also the just the mental health part. And we have a lot of veterans with PTSD, and one of the things with PTSD is being stuck, not being able to move beyond that vicious cycle.
Well, because
you know, but you get physically active,
Yes.
and you can. You know?
And I know a lot because I myself have suffered from PTSD because my father was a Marine in World War II, and he never talked about it. And what we really want the veterans to do, find someone to talk to. This is part of what we're offering.
Yes.
Exactly.
By coming here on Sundays, you know, people could
That's what it
connect.
is. That's what it is.
And I mean, I would just, you know, love to see some of the younger veterans drop in, you know, have a sandwich.
Please do. Please
you
do.
know,
You're
enjoy
perfectly
the
welcome.
food, you know, tell their stories if they want to people who could relate to some of it. And some of us who are older and perhaps wiser can you know, help give them that feeling of becoming part of the whole again. And like I said, with Use It or Lose It, as you mentioned, it could be applied to many things, the building, to your body, to so many things.
Okay. Well, that's about our time for today. Thank you so much, Commander Schaefer, for coming. Commissioner, thank you very much for coming. And we welcome you, each and every veteran, to come down here to 401 Bennett Street, San Francisco, in the War Memorial Building, and join us for Veterans Appreciating Veterans, especially on Sunday. Every Sunday from 10 till 5. Thank you. Bye.
Good job.
Other than that,